Hello everyone, welcome back on our YouTube channel. As you know that till the last video for the topic number 7 we have covered till question number 60. Today in this video we will cover all the remaining 33 questions and then we will be done with the topic number 7. So before starting the video, if you are new on our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel, like our videos, and if you have any questions, any doubt regarding our previous videos, please ask us in the comment section regarding any doubt or any query. So let's start the 61 questions in total, or the first question for this video. The first question is, what vehicles may be parked alongside other parked cars on the roadway? Like they are asking that if there are some already car parts on the roadway. I will try to explain it if it is possible with using ebook, or like this. For example, there is already a car parked, let's say here, and then so they are asking which car could be like park alongside this car on the roadway. So you know that road is already very narrow because of the parking of this car. Let's say this car is parked. Currently it is stopped because of the bus, but let's take an example that this car is parked here. So what other vehicles may be parked alongside the parked cars on the roadway? So remember, no other vehicles are allowed other than the taxis, because you know if the passenger want to in or out, they have very short time normally, so they will quickly enter in the taxi and then the taxi will leave. So if already the cars are parked on the roadway and you want to park your car, it is not allowed. Like all vehicles, when they are being loaded or unloaded, no, because loading and unloading always takes some time. So that's why you cannot park alongside the other cars on the roadway, because the road is already narrow because of the other parked vehicles. You are not allowed. All vehicles, when they have their hazard light switched on, no. Only the taxis when passenger get in or out, because it is a very like few seconds passenger will come in or go out. So only for taxis there is an exemption. If already there are some parked cars on the roadway, only for taxis it is an exemption that they can park. That means only for a short time. If you want to get some more information, then simply you can go to the help, and then they're saying verkehrslage als zuletzt neben andere Fahrzeuge, die auf dem Seitenstreifen oder am rechten Fahrbahn halten oder parken, Fahrgäste ein- oder aussteigen lassen. Only to allow the passengers to go in and out, but in other scenarios this is not allowed to park on the roadway. What applies immediately before and on zebra crossing? So just remember some basic rules. Before the zebra crossing and on the zebra crossing, you are not allowed. For example, you are coming from here, you are not allowed to park here, you are not allowed to stop here, you are not allowed to overtake before the zebra crossing. Yes, after the zebra crossing, when you have passed the zebra crossing already, then for example at this side, after 5 meters you can park, but before zebra crossing you are not allowed to stop, park, overtake, or even thinking to overtake, because this could be very dangerous for the pedestrian. So what applies immediately before and on zebra crossing? You may not overtake, you may not stop, you may not park. All three options are correct in this situation. Let's go to the next question, a video question. And then you are going on the roadway, there is a jeep in front of you and you are traveling on 40 km per hour, and then you see some pedestrian on the footpath, and then there is, you see, a runner is coming on the roadway on the zebra crossing. I will again play the video. If you see, I think only dangerous situation over here is this person which is coming from the right and he's running on the road. Like in the exams, I will recommend you to watch video at least for the 4 times. So what is the right course of action? I stop because a man wants to cross the pedestrian crossing. This we can clearly see. This man behind actually the runner which was coming before, like which was already running on the road. So he will come onto the road, so you have to give way to him. I continue driving slowly because there is no indication that any pedestrian want to cross the pedestrian crossing. No, there is clear that this runner will definitely come onto the zebra crossing in seconds. I stop because a child behind the van is going to walk onto the road. No, there is no such child on the roadway, like behind this van is trying to come onto the roadway. No, we can only see this runner who is coming from this side. Only for this person we have to stop, and because you have to stop, just brake because he is onto the roadway. and then continue driving slowly because there is no indication that any pedestrian is on the roadway. No, clearly this pedestrian, the runner, is coming onto the roadway, so you need to be very careful. The next question is, what is correct in this situation? So you see, as I told you, the zebra crossing is there. So before zebra crossing, no stop, no parking, no overtake is allowed. So yeah, as I told you, after 5 meter of the zebra crossing, you see there is a long lane of parked vehicles. After 5 meter you are allowed, but before that, no crossing, no stopping. So here I may not overtake the cyclist. It is very clear. Before zebra crossing, you cannot overtake anybody. Only overtake the cyclist at moderate speed. No option overtake the cyclist because there is no option, because before zebra crossing you are not allowed to overtake. Next question is, in which instances do you have to approach pedestrian crossing with a particular care? What are those times which you need to be very careful? If the view of the pedestrian crosses is restricted, yeah, maybe because of the snow, because of the rain, or any other dirt on the roadway, if the pedestrian crossing is not clear, then the view is not clear, then you have to be very careful. If another vehicle is already waiting at the pedestrian crossing, yes, if already a vehicle is waiting at pedestrian crossing, then you need to be very careful and with particular care, because otherwise if you are coming on the same speed, then maybe you can hit that car which is already waiting at the pedestrian crossing. So you have to be very careful. If pedestrian wants to cross the road, if pedestrians want to cross the road, for sure you have to be very careful. You have to give them the way as they have the priority. Next question. A pedestrian wants to cross the road via the pedestrian crossing. What should you do? I overtake the waiting vehicle, taking extra care. No overtaking is allowed before the zebra crossing, as we have already discussed. So you have to allow the pedestrian to cross the road. No stop, no parking, no overtake. I refrain from overtaking. I get ready to stop. So to give the way to that particular pedestrian. Yeah, this, like, by stopping mean if you are intentionally stopping before the zebra crossing and going to do some shopping like this, it is not allowed before the zebra crossing. If you have to give way to the pedestrian, definitely you need to stop. So the next question is, what should you do in this situation? So you see, there is a van taking right turn and pedestrian is crossing the road. So what do you need to do? I wait at this side of the pedestrian crossing until the blue vehicle has made the turn. Yes, you have to wait at this side because pedestrian is already crossing the road, and you have to wait until the blue van has made the turn, because maybe some pedestrian could come from this side. So you have to wait anyhow, because this pedestrian is also crossing the road in front of you. You have to wait anyhow. I allow the pedestrian to cross the road. I pulled up directly behind the blue. No, it's really dangerous. If you pull directly behind the blue van, then maybe you will put this person in danger, this pedestrian. So need to be very careful. Only first two options are correct. Next question is, why is it particularly important to adopt a defensive driving style when approaching pedestrian crossing? So why you need to be very defensive? That means be ready to brake, be ready to stop. That is a kind of defensive driving style. So when you are approaching pedestrian crossing, why you need to be very defensive? It is very clear, in order that pedestrians are not unduly alarmed, like, so that they are not, you don't need to put pedestrian in the dangerous situation. That's why you need to adopt very defensive driving style when you are approaching a pedestrian crossing, in order that vehicles follow behind can overtake more easily. No overtaking is allowed before pedestrian crossing, or if you are approaching pedestrian crossing. So anyhow, like, defensive driving style to allow the vehicles to overtake, no, it's not a correct option, in order to avoid rear end collisions. Yeah, for example, if a car is already waiting before the zebra crossing and you are driving on the same speed, maybe you can hit the car if you brake so late. So need to be very careful, very defensive driving style whenever you are approaching a zebra crossing. It's very important. Next question is, you are driving in the left hand lane of two-lane one-way street. Okay, like, there is a, like, you are in the left lane, or two-lane one-way street, and you are on the left lane. About 30 meters in front of you, a truck comes to a stop in right-hand lane before a pedestrian crossing. What should you do? So you are traveling in the left-hand lane and truck comes to stop in the right-hand lane before pedestrian crossing. So what should you do? As you know, you are approaching definitely a pedestrian crossing. So either, although you are in the left-hand lane and truck has stopped in the right-hand lane and zebra crossing is there, you need to approach the zebra crossing very carefully. I give a warning signal and drive past the truck? No. I continue driving swiftly? No, because you are approaching zebra crossing in 30 meters in front of you. I approach at a very moderate speed. At a moderate speed is written here, because otherwise the view, like if a truck is stopped already, maybe you cannot see a pedestrian which is coming from the that side of the truck. So anyhow, even if the truck is not there, you need to approach it at a very moderate speed, this pedestrian crossing in any case. So the next question is, a cyclist wishes without dismounting to cross the road at a pedestrian crossing. What should you do? So like without even dismounting, without like you can say looking at the back, or like taking a proper turn, he wants to cross the road at pedestrian crossing. Like for example, he's not like he's still on the cycle and he's not looking right and left, and he wants to cross the pedestrian crossing. What should you do? As you know, the cyclist and the pedestrian have the highest priority. Anyhow, you have to allow the cyclist to cross the road. I sound my horn and continue driving without giving way to cyclist? No. I only brake just short of pedestrian crossing? No. I allow the cyclist to cross the road. Whenever the cyclists and pedestrians are there, you need to be very careful at your own. The next question is, in front of you is a pedestrian crossing beyond which the traffic in your lane is backed up. What should you do? Like for example, after the zebra crossing, you see there is a lot of traffic jam, and if you continue driving, maybe you have to stop directly on the zebra crossing and pedestrian would not be able to cross the road. So what should you do? If the traffic in your lane is already backed up, what should you do? Come to a stop before the pedestrian crossing to allow people to cross, because otherwise if you continue driving, maybe the traffic is already like backed up, it's already traffic jam in front of you after the zebra crossing. So maybe could be that you directly stop on the zebra crossing, which is not a suitable idea. Wait on the pedestrian crossing to shorten the traffic jam? No. Wait on the pedestrian crossing if there is no one in sight? No. You, in any case, you cannot wait on the pedestrian crossing. If the traffic is backing up, in like there's a long lane of traffic behind you, you still have to be very careful about pedestrian crossing. Just come to a stop before pedestrian crossing to allow people to cross. And this answer is correct. So let's move to the next question. Our next question is, you come to stop unexpectedly on pedestrian crossing. What do you do? Unexpectedly you stop on a pedestrian crossing. So what is the correct option? Reverse under no circumstances even though the roadway is clear behind you? No, this option is not correct. If roadway is clear, you are not allowed to stop on pedestrian crossing, so you have to reverse back a little. Move half onto the footpath in order to clear the crossing? No, it's not a good idea. In that case, you will like restrict the pedestrian on the zebra crossing as well. Move slightly forward or backward in order to clear the crossing as quickly as possible. This option is correct. Like just try to a bit forward or backward to clear this pedestrian crossing, so that then pedestrian can cross the road. What is the right course of action here? So you see there is a pedestrian crossing. You can see this traffic sign already here, but due to snow, no pedestrian crossing is visible. So what is the right course of action here? You need to give way to the pedestrian. For sure it's a zebra crossing. I carefully continue driving because there are no marking visible on the road? No. You can clearly see there is a clear indication over there for the pedestrians. So like if no marking is visible, it's your duty to be very careful. I allow the pedestrian on the right to cross the road? For sure. I brake carefully, because carefully as well in any case, but this snow, so your car could skid. You need to be very careful. What must you anticipate with traffic island like this? So you are looking traffic island, I think it's very near to the Bahnhof, and normally people like kids on the road and like very much so many people on the road, and maybe the pedestrians are uncareful and like they are just moving onto the road unwittingly. There are very much possibilities. So like what should you anticipate? Pedestrian thinking that they have the right of way over the road traffic, they could think like this, they could directly come onto the road. So you can anticipate this and need to drive carefully. Cyclists crossing the road without paying attention to the traffic? For sure, because the situation looks like this. It's like near city center, and you need to be very careful about cyclists, pedestrian, kids, blah blah. Pedestrian always respect the right of way for the vehicles? No. You know, pedestrians are pedestrians. They will directly come onto the roadway sometime. So only first two options are correct. Next question, what must you anticipate when you see this road sign? So you see there is some dangerous situation, this red triangle, as far as pedestrians are concerned. So you need to be very careful about pedestrian in this particular question. So let's see, pedestrian that might cross the road. Yes, this option is correct. A pedestrian crossing that is hard to see, like anything which could be dangerous as far as pedestrian is concerned. Pedestrian who may only cross the road from the right, no, there is no such sign, arrow coming from right, arrow coming from left, that pedestrian could emerge only from right or left. No, this sign is telling you that there is some danger regarding to pedestrian. So only two options are correct. From the right there is no indication, no arrow, so that option is anyhow incorrect. Next question is a video question. Let's see what is happening. You are moving on to the roadway, and you see there is a black van in front of you which is indicating right, and you are indicating left. So like it is I think it was not an indication from the, I think it is some, both lights are blinking, so maybe it's want to load or unload something, and you are just like avoiding this obstacle, because this black van has switched on and off, like this is a warning kind of light, or they are loading or unloading something. But as you have to go straight ahead, you are just you are just trying to avoid this obstruction, but and indicating left. But you see there is a kid coming onto the roadway. If you see, like you see this black van has stopped, maybe for loading and unloading or for some other purpose, so you have to go straight ahead. You have given the left indicator and the kid is coming from the left. So what you need to do, why must you drive slowly here and be ready to brake? Because the green van is moving off. You see green van is stopped, no chance of green van to move off, because the traffic situation is very confusing. If you say the road is already very narrow, because of this stopped black van and then some cars and so many trucks on the roadway, because the child is on the carriageway, you need to be very careful, drive very slowly in this particular case. Next question, what should you anticipate? So you see lot of traffic, and even you see this red triangle sign, kids could be on the roadway, parents could be on the road, the pedestrian could be on the roadway. You need to be very careful, because this road looks like for in a pedestrian area. So the children will suddenly appear between the vehicles. You should be very careful about this. The pedestrian will wait until I have driven past. No, pedestrian will think about their priority. They will directly come onto the roadway. So many car parked, maybe they will come to like get into the car, coming out of the car. The situation is very uncertain, the road is not clear. So it is not like this they will wait for you to drive past. The pedestrian will walk onto the road in front of me. You can expect this behavior from them, so need to be very careful. Next question is again a video question. So you see you have priority, yellow sign, a cyclist in front of you, the car is taking right turn, and you are just onto the roadway, and you see there is a solid line, and that means you cannot cross this line. If this was a dotted line, you could cross to overtake the cyclist maybe and then come back, but solid line you cannot cross. I will anyhow run this video again to see what could be the question. I think there is no such other situation which need to be noted. Cyclist on the roadway, this van is coming, solid line, and we have to go straight ahead. I think we should directly go to the question, but in exam you should watch it at least for 4 times. What should you do in this situation? So I should sound my horn. I sound my horn so that cyclist makes way. No, horn is not allowed anyhow to overtake inside the city. I remain behind the cyclist. This option looks correct. I overtake the cyclist. No, you see you are not allowed to cross this road. Then if you will overtake the cyclist within this limited area, we will see. I think in upcoming questions there should be at least, they say sometime there is some figure of 1 meter or 80 to 100 centimeter that you need to keep at least before overtaking the cyclist or motor or small mopeds, because they move very quickly. So if you overtake the cyclist, this distance is very short, and if just after traveling for some distance there is a blue van, so cyclist will try to like avoid this obstacle. He or she will turn left and you can hit the cyclist. So overtaking is not an option. Remain behind the cyclist for time and wait and watch. When could a dangerous situation arise here? So You see, there is a cyclist, and then when could be a dangerous? I think if you use the common sense, dangerous situation could be if the cyclist directly comes on the roadway, or continue to drive on this comes on the roadway directly, something like this. If he continues on the cyclist path, it's not a problem. Dangerous situation will be if cyclist changes to my lane, for sure. If he or she directly comes to here on my lane, it could be dangerous. If the cyclist stop at the end of cycle path, no. If the cyclist stop at the end of cycle path, it's fine, because the cyclist has stopped, you can go ahead. But if the cyclist directly comes on the road without giving an indication, you have to, maybe you will not be able to brake in time. If I continue driving at the same speed, this could be a dangerous, because I continue driving at the same speed and at the same time cyclist comes on the road. It could be a really dangerous situation. So these two situations are dangerous in this particular question. Next question is, what should you note about electric bikes participating in road traffic? So you know that e-bikes are very fast. They looks like the similar like to the normal bicycle, but they are very fast. E-bikes can be easily recognized due to their engine noise. No, they have no such engine noise. It's not like they have some engine inside. There is no engine noise. Be deceptively fast. They are really fast. Like you think a cycle is in front of you and you continue driving, but that would be an e-bike and can travel maybe 20-25 km per hour, or like in that domain. Then it is very fast and your prediction could be wrong and you can hit the cyclist. So e-bikes could be very fast. Look very similar to conventional bikes. Yeah, they look like the conventional bikes, but actually bicycles, but they are deceptively fast. So our next question is, why are you particularly at risk if you are riding a two-wheeler? So if you are riding a two-wheeler, why you are at risk? Because your vehicle is small, maybe they can neglect you and they can underestimate your speed. Many possibilities, because I am a greater risk of injury in event of an accident, for sure. If you are on a two-wheeler, you are not that safe as compared to the person in the car. So you are at risk, because I can be easily overlooked. Yeah, because like the vehicle is small, my two-wheeler is small, maybe they sometime the car or the driver couldn't see me because of my size of the vehicle, so could be easily overlooked, because my speed can be underestimated. Yes, exactly. They think that you are a bit slower, but you are faster at that time and could be an accident. So many possibilities. Next question is a video question. Let's play the video. So we are traveling onto the roadway. In front of us there is a truck which is indicating right and we are indicating left. You see, truck wants to take right turn, but you see, because of size of the truck, this truck could even, like, if the truck wants to take the right turn, it could immediately maybe could come onto my side and I have to go left. So I need to be very careful, may even need to stop in this case. I will play this video again. You see, you are traveling onto the roadway and then this truck is indicating right and you are indicating left, but as you know the size, the turn could be very, like the maneuver could be very long for this particular truck. So the situation could be very dangerous. So what should you anticipate? That truck in front of me will remain stationary in the right hand lane? No, it will not remain stationary in the right hand lane. It is truck driver is definitely trying to take the right turn. So maybe the truck will come more onto my side. Like, it is not like because the signal is green, definitely the truck driver will try to take the right turn. So like the truck will not remain stationary in this lane. It will maybe even come more on my side while taking the right turn. It will be turned more onto the second lane, will swing out even more. Yes, will come to a sudden stop. It is also possible, but remaining stationary in this lane, no. Intention is clear. A truck driver wants to take the right turn, so maybe come to a stop because of the car or vehicle in front of the truck, but definitely will not remain stationary in this lane. Definitely will try to take right turn. So this answer is correct. Let's move to the next question. Our next question is again a video question. Let's play the video. So we are moving on to the roadway and behind us there is I think a fire brigade, or I don't know what is it, and then you see a cyclist is going in front of us, and cyclist will definitely take left turn. So this situation could be very dangerous, because if we continue speed on the same speed, continue to travel on the same speed, cyclist will definitely take left turn to come to carry on the journey. So what could be a dangerous situation? I think over here, what is the right course of action? Accelerate? No, otherwise you gonna hit the cyclist. Slow down, swerve to the left. If you move to the left, you can endanger the traffic coming from the opposite side, the oncoming traffic. The only correct option is slow down and stay behind the cyclist for time being. Next question is again a video question. Let's play the video. Two motorcyclists are moving in front of us, and then some pedestrian on the roadway. There was a sign that traffic road is going to be very narrow, and you see again this cyclist will definitely take the left hand. So again the question similar to the last question, you need to be slow down here. What is the right course of action? Accelerate? No. Slow down. Swerve to the left? Again no, because the oncoming traffic would be endangered. Simply slow down and stay behind the cyclist in this case. The next question is again a video question. Let's play the video and see what is happening. So you are just traveling, and then there is a blue truck in front of you taking the right turn as right indicator, and there is a orange truck coming from the left hand side, maybe a garbage truck. So two trucks are there in front of you, so you need to be very careful about both of them. If you see that this question again, you see this blue truck is taking left turn and orange truck is coming from the opposite side. So what could be here? Why do you have to continue to brake? Because of the blue truck and refuse truck, like this refuse truck of the garbage truck. Same answer. Cyclist? No. If you see cyclist, maybe cyclist is too far from us on the left hand side. Simply this cyclist is going on the pedestrian or footpath. We need to be very careful about blue truck and this orange truck or refuse truck or garbage truck, whatever you want to say. Next question. So many videos. I like the videos. You also like the videos, I hope. So next question is, we are traveling onto the roadway, and if you see there is some traffic. Yeah, there is some, like this truck is on the roadway to, I think, for some stuff to load or unload, and you see this kid is coming from the right. If you can observe this question, if you can see this question, just see, you have taken the turn and you see this blue, the kid in the blue jacket or shirt, he is coming onto the roadway. So what could be a dangerous situation? I think, why do you have to brake? Because someone is walking onto the road. Yes, this kid is coming onto the roadway. It is very clear. Because passengers are exiting the tram. No, tram is on the left hand side, and passengers, like it is I think it is traveling, so it is no chance that it is stopped or passenger will come out, because the truck is switching into my lane. No, if you see, this truck is already stopped. Maybe some unloading or unloading is going on. Truck hasn't started and hasn't indicated even. So there is only one situation you need to brake, because of the kid or someone you say is coming onto the roadway. Next question is again a video question. So let's play the video. And we are traveling onto the road. We have priority over here, as we can see from the yellow traffic sign. And then there is a cyclist, and then you see the jeep has taken the left turn, and we can see in the rear mirror. And now if you see on the left mirror, the jeep is overtaking us, and at the same time cyclist is coming onto the roadway. The traffic situation is a bit complex. So if you see again, you are traveling on the roadway. In the rear view, rear mirror, you can see a jeep is coming, and then indicated left, and jeep is coming from the left hand side. At the same time, cyclist is coming onto the roadway. So if cyclist is coming onto the roadway, and I try to want a bit left to provide space to cyclists, I could hit the jeep. So this traffic situation is really tricky. What is the right course of action now? I continue braking. This is the right thing, because you couldn't move to the left a bit because the jeep is coming. You have to brake. I continue driving as before. No, if you continue driving as before, you could hit the cyclist. I move into the left hand lane. No chance, because you will hit the jeep then. So the only correct option is you continue braking. This is the correct option. What kind of behavior must you anticipate from the cyclist? So what the cyclists normally do, like cyclists use the wrong side of the cycle path. It's possible from them, maybe they are not using the correct path. They are using one-way road in both directions, no light when it is dark. Everything you can expect from the cyclist. So you need to be very careful. The next, a horse-drawn carriage is coming towards you. What should you do? So is a vehicle, like a kind of vehicle like which is being pulled by the horse, or horse-drawn carriage is coming towards you. What should you do? I should switch on the parking light? No, you should not switch on the parking light. You need to be just very careful about the horse-drawn carriage. Take some distance, but no, don't need to switch on the parking light. Drive as far to the right as possible, because you know this horse like the horse could move very rapidly to left and right. So if you are driving and from the opposite side the horse drawn carriage is coming, just try to be on the as much on the right side as possible, because this horse could like rapidly move to the left and can hit you. So just to be on the safe side, avoid making noise, because with the noise the animal or the horse like could be out of control. And so you need to be very calm in this situation. Avoid making noise as well. How can you tell if a horse-drawn carriage wants to change direction? So if there is horse-drawn carriage and wants to change direction, how you can see? The person who is driving this horse, or who is carrying this horse, or who is the instructor of this course, will definitely will either like flashing indicator or a traffic pedal is displayed, or even with arm, everything is possible for a horse-drawn carriage. Like there could be a flashing indicator, there could be a traffic pedal, a kind of thing which is in the hand of the driver, or even driver can simply extend the arm as cyclists do, that I am taking the right turn or I am taking the left turn. Everything is possible on a horse-drawn carriageway. You want to overtake a horse-drawn carriage on a rural road, so not inside built-up area, but you are outside built-up area. So what should you do? I overtake it with as little noise as possible, because otherwise you could like the horse could be obstructed, and then like maybe the horse will move rapidly, could be dangerous situation for you. So as little noise as possible you overtake. High engine speed, no, it will create noise. I overtake with the most space to the side as possible, so that if horse moves immediately, still you have enough space so you can overtake. So keep as much space as possible. Next question is, what does this traffic sign combination indicate? So we know this red triangle with this sign, that there is from 100 meter to 150 meter there could be a dangerous situation. What kind of dangerous situation? Extra sign is there, this horse-drawn carriage. So what the sign indicate? There could be a dangerous situation with the horse-drawn carriage. So danger in connection with the horse and carriages. Correct option. Horse and carriages are not allowed. No, if they are not allowed, there would be a red circle. This option is not correct. This we have already seen in topic number 6, that horse and carriages have priority. No, if they have priority, that would be with the blue sign, that we know already. So only first option is correct. Now the last question of this topic, you want to overtake a horse-drawn carriage on a rural road. What is the right course of action? I maintain a sufficient amount of distance when pulling in again. If you pull out or even you pull in, keep the sufficient amount. I look for hand signal from the driver indicating he wants to turn off. For sure, you need to be very careful about the driver. Sometimes like the driver could give the indication with the hand. So you need to observe hand indication very carefully where the driver wants to take the turn. I maintain the smallest possible side clearance. No, you need to keep as much possible side clearance or side distance to avoid the danger. So that was everything for topic number 7. We are done with 93 questions. If you have any doubt, any query, any question related to this chapter, you can put it in the comment section. You can also give us the feedback. Again, don't forget to subscribe our channel, like our videos, and if you want to support us, you can also support us on the Patreon. We will give the link in the description. So for this time, it's everything. We are done with chapter number 7. Now we will come with the videos chapter number 8. Until the next video, we wish you happy learning. We wish you a very nice day. Take care and bye.